You know what pisses me off? Fucking Apple. Alright, this is what pisses me off about the stupid phones, right? So let's say you're having an emergency or something, right? And your fucking idiot ass phone decides it wants to do an update, right? But yet, you can't reach the police because your phone has no way to dial out in an emergency while it's updating. And you did not choose to update it. It just started to automatically update on its own. Right? So that's a liability. That's something somebody can be responsible for, especially if somebody cannot reach emergency services or authorities during a dangerous situation or a health situation, which is life or death, and you need ambulances. You need to go to the emergency room, something like that. So that's the fact, especially in these times, with the virus going on, the numbers, the cases, transmission, so especially in these times with emergencies. So how come the phone doesn't have a capacity to dial out an emergency while it's making an update? Because you don't always choose when the phone decides to update. Alright? Sometimes it does it automatically. You plug it in and you waited a while, you didn't know it had to get an update, something like that. And all of a sudden your phone is updating. You're in a dangerous situation or you have an emergency situation and you cannot dial out to nobody. So who is responsible for what happens in these times? Because if you want to provide a service, if you're paying for a product and supposed to provide a service, and all phones have the ability to dial out to emergency, even if they may not have service to dial out to other numbers. They have at least the capability to dial out to emergency. So if all other phones do that except for this phone, this brand of phones, so who's taking the responsibility then? What happens during the times when the phone has not that capability to dial out to an emergency? Right? Who thought up of that situation? Who thought up of the consequences of what occurs during those moments? What kind of idiot in tech services thought that was a great idea to have a update that disables all capabilities on a phone, especially emergency dial out? Who thought this through? Can you tell me that?